Okay, Namaste. Myself, Dr. Bhimsha Kallappa Baragali, working as a assistant professor of commerce at Government First Grade Women's College, Bidar. So this our college is affiliated to Karnataka State Akademi Women's University, Vijaypura. So in this video class session, so we will discuss about the exams and under section 54. Okay. So anyhow, after calculating this gross total income of from this capital gain, so it is better to okay give certain exemptions, or we have to allow certain exemptions, or we have to deduct certain expenditures which are relating to this capital gain, and which are okay essential to okay deduct. ಈ ಒಂದು ಸೆಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನದಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೇನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 54 ಏನದಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ. ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಏನದಲ್ಲ ಕೂಲಂಕುಷವಾಗಿ ಓಕೆ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಈ ಒಂದು ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ತಿಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ಏನದಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೇನ್ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಕಂಡು ಹಿಡಿದ ನಂತರ ನಾವು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ಗಳು ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಅವು ಯಾವುವು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಸೆಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ. So under this section 54, okay, anyone can be claimed in respect of capital gains arising on transfer of capital asset being long-term residential house property. Okay, so one thing here what I want to say here means anyhow each and every okay this SSC can okay claim he certain okay deductions okay after this transferring of capital assets. Okay, this option can be exercised by the taxpayer only once in lifetime, provided the amount of long term capital gain does not exceed rupees 2 crores. Here one thing what we have to remember means so this exemption is allowed only once in life, and also whatever this transfer of capital assets amount is not more than 2 crores. If it is within the 2 crores, or if it is up to 2 crores, means this eligibility can be there, otherwise okay no chance of this deduction. Okay, and the idea behind allowing deduction is that the amount of capital gain is calculated above is invested in a capital asset within a prescribed time period, and this deduction is available in respect of such investment made into new capital asset subject to a certain condition. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನಂದರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ತಕ್ಕಂತೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೇನ್ ಏನದಲ್ಲ ಇದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೇನ್ ಕಂಡು ಹಿಡಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನೆಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೇನ್ ಕಂಡು ಹಿಡಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಡಿಡಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೇನ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೇನ್ ನಾವು ಕಂಡು ಹಿಡಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಈ ಎಕ್ಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ಗಳು ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಅವು ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ಡ್ ಟೈಮ್ ವಿದಿನ್ದಾಗೆ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದು ಅಲೋ ಕೊಡೋಕೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಲುಕ್ ಎಟ್ ದ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ವೈಸ್ ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ದ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ದಟ್ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ ಟು ಕ್ಲೈಮ್ ಆರ್ ಬಿ ಎಲಿಜಿಬಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಒಂದು ಏನದಲ್ಲ ಅಸೆಟ್ ನಾವು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಯಾವ ಅಸೆಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಒಂದು ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ವೈಸ್ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಕೋತ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಹೂ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಸಚ್ ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್, ವಾಟ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್, ವಾಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಸೋಲ್ಡ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ಡ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ನೌ ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಸೊ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸಿ. So here first one is profit on a sale of property used for residence. Profit on sale of property used for residence. This okay this type of asset is transferred or sold means okay again here it is applicable to individual and HUF. So one thing we have to remember, this exemption is applicable to individual and HUF, and that must be a residential house property. Whatever this transfer asset is there, that it must be residential house property. And this exemption is available to, okay, this applicable to only long-term capital gain only, not to short-term capital gain. And here after transferring this residential house property, this assessee must and should purchase, okay, another new residential house from assessment year 21-22 if capital gain is less than or equal to 2 crores. Okay, ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಒಬ್ಬ ಅಸೆಸಿ ಏನದಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ರೆಸಿಡೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಮಾರಾಟ ಮಾಡಿದಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅವ ಒಂದು ವಿದಿನ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ದಾಗ ಏನದಲ್ಲ ಹೊಸ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಖರೀದಿ ಮಾಡಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ ವಿದಿನ್ ದ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಸಿಂದ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಫ್ ಎನಿ ಟೂ ರೆಸಿಡೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆ್ಯನ್ ಅಸೆಸಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಅವರು ಒಂದೇ ಅವ್ರು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಮನೆ ಖರೀದಿ ಮಾಡಲಿ ಏನೇ ಇರಲಿ, ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಮನೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಏನದಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಖರೀದಿ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಅಸೆಟ್ ವುಡ್ ಬಿ, ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ he transfer the asset, after transferring the asset he must and should purchase within 1 year, okay, within the 1 year or if you want to construct new house means, so that construction must and should be completed within 2 years. So this is the main thing we have to remember for claiming the deduction or exemption, okay, under this section. And exemption amount would be whatever the new asset purchased or long term capital gain, so okay, whichever is lesser will be allowed as exemption. ಸೊ ಟೋಟಲಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೇನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂತು ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಆಸ್ತಿ ಖರೀದಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಅವು ಎರಡು ಅಮೌಂಟನ್ನು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇವೆರಡರಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಯಾವುದು ಕಡಿಮೆದ ಆ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ CGAS ಈಸ್ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್, ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ assessee can deposit, okay, whatever he got this asset transfer amount in okay, in a bank. Okay, and here we have to see certain additional conditions also. If new asset sold within 3 years, amount either exempted under this section will be reduced from its CDA to calculate capital gain thereof, and if the amount is not allowed. Okay, and come to the second one, section 54B. It is tells about this capital gain on transfer of land and used for agricultural purpose. This section 54 will tells about the capital gain, okay, arised from transfer of land used for agricultural purpose. So again this section 54B is applicable to individual and HF only. And when we see about this asset means the asset land used for agricultural purchase by the individual is parent or HUF, okay, as the case may be, for 2 years prior to transfer. Again so transfer period is 2 years is there. Within the 2 year he has to purchase another agricultural land. And this okay, section 54 is applicable to again long term capital gain only, not okay, short term capital gain. A new asset must be purchased. That new asset means if he sold this agricultural land, again if you want to claim this exemption means he has to purchase the agricultural land only. Apart from this agricultural land, whatever he may purchase means this exemption is not allowed. Okay, so time limit he has to purchase the new agricultural land within 2 years from the date of transfer. And the exemption amount is again this long term capital gain or new agricultural land purchase, whichever is lesser. And this CGAS is also applicable. Means this assessee can deposit this transfer agricultural land into the bank also. And again there are 2 additional conditions are there. If new asset is sold within 3 years, amount earlier exempted under this section will be reduced from its okay, cost of acquisition to calculate the capital gain thereof. And if the amount is in CGAS is not utilized within the prescribed time limit, such utilized amount will be taxable as capital gain. Okay. So CGS in the sense are depositing the transfer amount into the bank. And section 54D, so this is again compulsory acquisition of land building used in industrial undertaking. So this section 54D is applicable to compulsory acquisition of land and building used in industrial undertaking. This section 54D is applicable to compulsory acquisition of land and building used in industrial area, industrial undertaking. This applicable to all type of assessee. So anyhow we are know this assessee may be individual assessee, may be HUF, association may be association of person, or association may be partnership firm, or association may be a company or any body of individual. Okay, and this transfer of asset must be long term capital gain. Okay, and new asset purchased must and should be land and building or shifting or re-establishing the industrial undertaking. And time limit for investment in new asset again is within the 3 years within the transfer of the asset, and exemption amount is again whatever the long term capital gain or this cost of new asset or building, whichever is less. So this assessee can deposit his money, okay, filling the due date. Okay, and come to this section 54EA, 54E, 54EB. So this is applicable to investment in specified securities. And type of this asset transferred is long term capital gain. So this all these three sections is applicable to all assessee. Okay, that assessee may be individual, HUF, association person, or company, whatever it may be. And this specified securities includes that may be government security, saving certificate, units of UTI, and specified debentures, etc. Okay, and time limit for investment in new asset is here only 6 months is there. This 6 month is from the date of transfer. Okay, and exemption amount is again this new cost of asset into capital gain by net consideration up to maximum the capital gain. And here this CGS is not available. Okay, and this is about the specified securities. And come to this section 54AC. So this section 54AC is about the investment in certain bonds. Okay, section 54AC tells about the investment in certain bonds. This assessee may be any type, any type of assessee. So transferred may be land or building or both, and the new asset purchased or new is NHI bonds or RSC bonds, redeemable after 5 years. Time limit is again 6 months only from the date of transfer, and exemption amount is cost of new asset into capital gain by cost of consideration or capital gain, whichever is less, and CGS is not there. Okay. And come to this section 54EE, investment in units of specified fund. So this section 54EE is applicable to all assessee, and this asset must be a long term capital asset, and the type of transfer may be long term capital gain, and new asset purchased is units notified by central government, and time limit is only 6 months from the date of transfer, and exemption amount is cost of new asset into capital gain by new consideration or maximum this capital gain, and here CGS is not applicable. And section 54F is talking about the investment in new residential house. Okay, so it is applicable to only individual and HUF, and this transfer may be long term capital asset. Okay, that must be other than the residential house, that long-term capital asset other than the residential house. So this again, if you see this type of transfer means it is also long-term capital gain. New asset purchased would be a residential house property, whatever you purchase. So this okay, new asset purchased is residential house property. So time limit for investment in new asset is 1 year from 1 year prior to this transfer, and if the construction is there means up to 3 years can be avail. Okay, and the exemption amount is again cost of new asset into capital gain or by net consideration up to this capital gain, whichever is less. So here under this 54F this CGAC is available. Okay, and this 54G is telling about the shifting of industrial undertaking from urban to rural area. So assesses may be any type. Okay, and 54G is shifting of industrial undertaking from urban area to this SEZ. Okay, this industrial undertaking to this SEZ. This type of asset transfer is capital asset being that may be plant, that may be machinery, land and building. Okay, rights in land and building, or that is used in an industrial undertaking situated in an urban area. Transfer of asset is again it may be long term or short term capital gain. So here, so please all of you remember shifting of industrial undertaking from urban area to SEZ. If any gain is arised like this means, so this exemption is applicable to long term capital gain as well as long term capital gain as well as short term capital gain. Okay, here this shifting or shifting of industrial undertaking involving purchase of new plant, machinery, acquisition of land or building, construction of building, accepted old asset and transferred undertaking to a new area. Fourth one, incurred specified expenses, whatever it. So again, time limit is only 1 year. Okay, after the date of this transfer. So this exemption amount is capital gain or cost of new asset, whichever is less. CGS is also applicable. Okay, come to this section 54 GB. So this 54 GB is applicable to transfer of residential property by the eligible assessee. That applicable only transfer made before 31st March 2017. In case of investment is made in an eligible startup transfer made by before 31st March 2019, it is applicable to individual and HUF only, and this transfer of asset must be residential property, okay, or a plot. So this type of transfer is only long term capital gain. New asset purchased is newly incorporated. So this shares may be eligible to newly incorporated, engaged in or second engaged in the business of manufacturer or eligible business. Number third, assessee has less than 50% share voting rights. Number 4, small or medium enterprises under MSME 2006 or is an eligible startup, and this time limit is only from the filing due date, return filing due date, and the exemption amount is long term capital gain or cost of new asset, whichever is less. So here CGS is available. So like this here we have discussed about the exemption under section 54. Okay, I hope all of you got this. Thank you.